about this thing called sugar addiction. So I know this may be a hot topic and maybe something that people don't really like to hear, but the truth is sugar is bad for you, point blank. And here are the reasons why. So I have not always thought this way. I used to be one of those people who was like, well, I can eat sugar in moderation, especially once I wanted to lose weight. But as a result of going to my chiropractor, I learned what sugar really is, and that it is very addictive, that it is like a drug. I mean, to keep it real, it's like a drug. And I was the type of person to do whatever I needed to do to get my sugar high. So, for example, there are a couple of ways that I can leave work to get back home. But I used to go the way that stopped by Dunkin' Donuts, and I would stop and get, man, like anywhere between 2 to 4 Boston cream pie donuts almost on a daily. And it doesn't help that I'm a teacher, and so sometimes during teacher appreciation or for Christmas, we get gift cards to Dunkin' Donuts. So I was like, well, I'm using up my gift card, so you know, that's a good thing. In Harris Teeter, in the bakery section, they have the baked cookies, and I used to buy those, and I could down, and it's 12 that come in a pack, I could down those within like 2 days. I mean, honestly, if I was really trying to kill it, I could do it in a day. But that's how much, you know, sugar was a part of my diet, and I felt like I had to have it. So once I was starting to lose weight, I was like, well, I'll just eat less. And by this time, I was starting to learn about sugar, but I wasn't, like I said, it's a mind change. I wasn't ready to make that change to completely cut it off. So instead of eating the whole 12 pack of cookies in, 2 days, I was spanning out over maybe 4 days, or I'd have like a little fast week of sweets, and then like, you know, I'd go back to eating sweets, you know, or maybe I wouldn't stop by Dunkin' Donuts every day. I would stop Monday, Wednesday, Friday, you know, so that's what I was doing. But since then, I've made a mental change to just cut it out altogether. Like, when people are on drugs, one of the ways to stop is to completely cut it off. Like, don't be around it, don't consume it, don't stop by places where you can get sugar or your drug of choice. Like, I don't go that way home. Not often anyway. Sometimes I still do pass by the Dunkin' Donuts, but I don't even look over there because I know I would be tempted to stop and get something. I don't keep any type of sweets in my house other than fruit and things that are made of 100% fruit. So I don't even bring it in anymore. When I'm out and, like, say at a friend's house, and they have sweets, I don't eat them. Now I will say this, my ultimate goal is to be off of sugar completely at the end of this year, 2015. However, what I've been doing on my anniversary, which just passed, and what I will do on my birthday, which is February 14th, I will have something sweet. And even then, it's not a lot, and it's not something that I can bring home. So if, for example, me and my husband went out to eat for our anniversary, we got a sweet there, we got dessert, but it was nothing that we had to pack up and bring back home. So I didn't have that temptation in my house. For my birthday, I already know where I want to go eat, and I already know what dessert I'm gonna get. So, and then, you know, I'm not gonna have to bring it back home. I'll be able to eat it at the restaurant, and then that's gonna be it. So those are like kind of some of the steps that I have to take now, because I know how easy it is for me anyway to slide back into eating sweets full time. And so, I mean, I know it sounds drastic maybe to some, but this is my weight loss journey. And I know for me, sugar causes inflammation, which I already have an inflammatory response going on, period, because I deal with eczema, I deal with seborrheic dermatitis. So my body's already fighting, you know, things off anyway. Why do I need to add sugar to my diet or continue to eat sugar, which also causes inflammation? I had high LDL cholesterol levels last July when I went for my physical. Why would I continue to eat sugar and things that turn into sugar for that matter? So I'm not even eating like bread, pasta, like none of that stuff either, because that turns into sugar in my body. Now at some point I think I will reintroduce rice, but I haven't done that yet. But why would I continue to consume those things when they're causing my arteries and my heart to swell up? You know what I'm saying? And you know, it's assisting in building that bad cholesterol in my heart, you know. So I mean, in my mind it just makes sense to not consume it, because there's more negatives than positives. So again, I know everybody's not there. It took me, what, I've been on my weight loss journey for such and such years, you know, and it's taken me this long to break from the sugar. And I've been going to my chiropractor who introduced me to all this. I've been going to him since 2011. But I finally made the decision to cut it out, or start cutting it out completely, in November 2014. So it takes time. You know, these journeys that we're on, you're not gonna, I mean, for some people it's like that. They get it, they instantly click, and they run with it. But for others, like myself, it has taken time. It has taken blood, sweat, and tears. Me not wanting to give up what I love, you know. I've been there. And that's been life, you know what I'm saying? For me, that's been my journey. But I'm continuing to see progress, you know, year after year. And I feel like I'm finally at a place where, you know, I'm making the progress, I'm seeing the progress. And so again, by the end of this year, 2015, Lord willing, if I see December, I plan to be completely off of refined sugar, and things that turn into sugar. So, you know, still no bread, no pasta, stuff like that. So that's my video on my sugar addiction and kind of how I had been through the years up till this point where I'm starting to cut it out of my diet. So hopefully that was encouraging and maybe a motivation to some of you who want to do the same thing. So if you have any questions, comments, leave them down below, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.